Playing against Giganta. Giganta most of the time right now is Grixis Shadow. I think I'm gonna play Awakening on turn 1. No, I might want to pitch into Fury actually. Yeah, I'll play Sacred Foundry. How's this deck feel versus the Jeskai version? It's felt pretty powerful. It plays differently for sure. When I got the event last night, I asked how they would send the invite. Tio said use a companion app email. Tried to request a different one. Yeah. That would also be my. That's how they've always done it for me when I've qualified in person too. So. But I guess like, what could they even do with like your email address? Could they steal your invite from you? Maybe. Okay, it's Esper Food. Interesting. Bloodsun, solid in the matchup, killing cookbooks. Or so killing Urza Saga. Probably an okay matchup. Turn 2 times Civ. They didn't have a Daredevil last turn, which is kind of good for us. I think I'm just going to pass and Awakening for maybe a completely new hand, or maybe... Oh, they drew the Daredevil. That's really bad for me. Yeah, maybe a completely new hand, though, and maybe I end up keeping some creature removal if they play some creatures here. Manufactor, okay. So I guess I'm going to go Awakening, putting back just Fury, Wildfire. And see if I want to Solitude pitch anything else, but this hand I'm still just going to go Solitude, Ephemerate, but now I can go Bloodsun, Wall of Omens, Ephemerate, Wall of Omens next turn. Recoup some card disadvantage. Ethan with the 2 months, thank you. My friend wants to turn your discontinuity list into a Yorion pile. The discontinuity deck was a Pioneer deck, right? I feel like you just need to maximize your synergy and like these Lotus Field decks personally, but your friend can do whatever they want. Okay, Golos is kind of nice. Another Manufactor would be pretty bad. Plays Urza Saga into the Bloodsun. Good for us. Aether Spellbomb. Cool. So we get to draw another card off the Ephemerate. 2 more cards for the turn. Oh, they're also out of basics. Hold on. That's pretty good. The perks of building somebody's deck. And then I guess I just get Cascading Cataracts so I can activate Golos instead of another Lotus Field. They're going to be able to take another turn with the Time Civ soon, but without a Manufactor, you know, they can take a turn. It'll be okay. Untapped Watery Grave. There it is. Daredevil, 2 mystery cards. Giganta into the hand. And they decide not to take another turn, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to spin. Oh, I guess I maybe shouldn't have played my land. Although, I think I have to play my land to spin. Maybe I could have waited. So no Lotus Field for me. Didn't get too punished at least. So I'm gonna play another Golos. I'm gonna just put my Solitude into play. Hold up Ephemerate. I can Ephemerate a Solitude if I need to. Hope I don't need to, and I can just Ephemerate the Golos and get another Lotus Field into play. And maybe double spin. Double spin would be pretty cool. Is it blatantly wrong using 2x DRC in Grixis Shadow in favor of 2x just down? Still be a lot of creatures. I mean, I don't think blatantly wrong would be the words I'd use, but it's not how I would build it. I would recommend playing the 4 DRC. The card is just like so phenomenal, you know. Oh yeah, I guess I could have Solitude my own Golos for 3 life, which is it's just not that relevant, but yeah, it was better. It's kind of bad if they respawn, take a turn. I'm okay if they Aether Spell on me here though. They don't respawn, take a turn. Let's just get the 4th Lotus Field in play. 1 mana, put 2 Gilded Lotuses in play. It's pretty good. Don't hate another one either. So green, black, blue, red, white. There we go. So they can time sieve here. They can time sieve here to beat my Emrakul extra turn, which is kind of funny. So let me just Stone Rain them. I think this is better than spinning again. I don't think I need to spin again. I want to hold up my mana. Draws a card. Then Awakening. Putting back the non-ephemerate cards. Mountain. Stone Rain. Pretty good. Pretty good turn. It is funny though that I cast Emrakul and then they take the next turn. No, they only play 2 basics. Oh, sorry. Who cares about attacking with Solitude? Just a waste of time. Yeah, the problem with playing utility lands in this deck, like Bajuka Bog or Blast Zone or Radiant Fountain, is that they don't work when you have Blood Sun in play. Although someone suggested playing the red-white bounce land so you could bounce a Valakut Awakening to your hand, which I thought was kind of cool. Kind of a cool thought. Okay, so I definitely want all the endings, all the wear tears. Could Emrakul them and then make them deck themselves with infinite turns. Oh no, that doesn't work, actually. I'm gonna cut the Furies. I also want like maybe I don't think I would maybe all 3 rest in peace. It's close. Probably should play all 3. Let me trim some Ephemerates because I cut Ephemerate targets. I think 2 Golos. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh yeah, they could have bounced the Emrakul. I mean, if they bounced Emrakul, I'd just recast it though, so like it doesn't like matter at all. I think this is a good list to submit here. I dropped a thumbtack. There we go. I keep playing with them and dropping them and stepping on them. Nothing I can do about it though. Okay, just a Valakut Awakening, get a mulligan. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one, putting back the basic planes, I think, when it's also the multi 6. Yeah, I have been on a Boros roll lately. I did play Updated Fervent Blade a week or 2 ago, maybe 3 weeks. It was just guy with Spell Pierce into Fairy, but it was still, you know, the same deck. What are my final thoughts on Green-White Kieran deck? You know, we had back-to-back 4-1s. The deck felt, you know, somewhat playable. I thought my list was really good. It definitely felt like one of those lists, which is, you know, a lot of the aspiring spike decks, where I feel like I've maximized or almost maximized the deck idea. There's not a lot of room for improvement. And the deck is somewhat competitive. You can have a winning record with it. You can play it at your like local level pretty well, probably, but is also probably not ever going to be a super good choice for a tournament, and doesn't have a lot of room for improvement. So definitely a cool list to explore. I may return to it someday if I have a new idea or if I feel like it's really well positioned, but that's currently my thoughts on it. Is taking turns timestamped? I think whoever plays the last spell that says take an extra turn, they get to take the next turn. So like Emrakul goes on the stack, its trigger lets me take an extra turn, but then my opponent, after that resolves, they tap time sieve, and then they get to take the next turn. And then like I think the game still remembers who put the take an extra turn things on the stack. But yeah, that's definitely a bit weird, right? Okay, they did board into Fairy. Pluses to Fairy. I'm going to, I think, put away my entire hand. You could keep the Lotus Field here. I'm just going to get your hand. Okay. Play this tapped. Pass back. Pretty good cards. Gonna certainly prioritize killing the cookbook really aggressively. This is something that if you're gonna be playing against the Esper Food deck, you should know is that you want to kill cookbook as aggressively as possible. Okay, Cyclone Earth, Asmo, Cookbook, Saga. Okay, we can Blood Sun, kill Saga. They only have one card in their hand. Pluses to Fairy again. They haven't been discarding to Daredevil, so I think we're not supposed to infer that the last card is a Daredevil. I'm going to ending a Cookbook here. Because again, you just can't like let them keep them in play. Both sides of Wear Tear for Saga plus book. I feel like it's just better to do this, where Blood Sun kills the Saga. Now I have Blood Sun in play. And then I can kill the other Cookbook with the Wear Tear later. I'll also win it in because I didn't know how multiple turns resolve from players with Narset's Reversal. Yeah, I bet that gets really weird. Yeah, Blood Sun, Blood Moon, Alpine Moon, all kill Urza Saga, Spreading Seas. The Merfolk that turns lands into an island. They all kill Urza Saga. You do need a PhD in Modern to understand why, but as long as you know that they kill it, you don't need to think about it too much. I think I'm just going to kill the Cookbook with the Wear Tear for mana efficiency. But it discards the Saga to the Cookbook. Makes sense. So they know have Blood Sun in hand. They only have 2 Cookbooks left in the deck. Ooh, a Shredder. Kubo with the 4 months. Thank you. So let's kill the Shredder before they get to Connive. And then I could Rest in Peace, but like they don't currently have any unearthed targets in the yard. They don't currently have a Cookbook or Daredevil. So I don't feel like Rest in Peace is a big priority. I think I'm just going to cycle a Cleansing Wildfire, cut them off white mana. Kubo at the 4 months. Thank you. And Dingo with the raid. Thank you, young Dingo. Hope you're having a good day today. I popped into your stream over the weekend, Dingo, and I saw that you've been live for like 12 hours. And I remember, they bounced Wall of Omens? I remember I once had the energy to stream for 12 hours straight. Although maybe now that I've got glasses and I can see and my head doesn't hurt all the time, maybe I'll have the energy again. Yeah, happy 4th. Thank you for the raid, Dingo. Della, thank you for the 10 months. Okay, playing a Daredevil. It's fine. I think I'll just go ending Solitude. 10-round tournament. Yeah, I played like 5 rounds of it. Then 3-2 dropped. I was gonna stream it too, but I got the new glasses. My brain was adjusting and taking kind of a long time to adjust. Still like a little wobbly sometimes, but it's going pretty well. Okay, another Daredevil. Surprisingly good here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. They're Shaquille O'Neal brand, so the stream is brought to you by Shaquille O'Neal branded classes now. I actually have a cousin who's worked with Shaq. She does like commercials and stuff, and like magazine covers, and she gets to work with celebrities sometimes, and she said Shaq was really nice, so that's why I bought the classes. Yeah, he just seemed nice. And he makes a damn good pair of glasses, huh? When's the next paper backpack stream coming? I will say I really did enjoy the paper backpack stream very much, or at least like, I don't know, it was fun, but it was also very like, it was kind of stressful to have like, you know, I don't know. It was fun. Maybe I'll do one again at some point. I don't think anytime soon. What do you think of this deck's worst matchups? Burn seemed like a pretty bad matchup for us earlier. I'm not sure for sure though. I don't have enough reps with this deck to tell you for sure what your best and worst matchups are yet. I think I'll Awakening away this Nahiri. It's kind of close. A bit worried about Needle. Good morning, dude. Yeah, a lot of people from the YouTube for the first time today. Glad the YouTube channel is great. I feel like it's, you know, easily the best advertising tool. Very thankful to the editor for reaching out. Does a green-white Kieran with a copy of Skyclave felt very good? Yeah, I haven't cast Skyclave in a long time in Modern, really. I haven't historically been a big fan of it since MH2. I liked it a lot pre-MH2. But maybe it's coming back around. Yeah, Gloom is goated. Quietly carrying the streaming YouTube community. Make a new do it and feature prominently on the stream. Yeah, new is probably too nice to say no to me. Our opponent hits us with the GGs. GGs to you too. We're on the draw against an Obosh deck, and we have Solitude Ephemerate. We're on the draw, 26 land deck, 3 cantrips. I think I'm going to keep. I'll also just, yeah, never mulligan ever. And I'm easily going to draw the land. Okay, I shot because I assumed I was going to Solitude Ephemerate. It may just be better to wait. No, I just can't afford to get Blood Moon this quick. Oh, sorry. I guess it's fine. I'm floating the mana. Yeah, really good land too. I mean, we're 26 land deck. We're on the draw. We're like incredibly likely to find one. Have I considered Oblivion Sower? Oblivion Sower is really cool, but not that good. Bone Crusher Giant. So opponent seems to be in the stylings of Imhayashi today. I actually really like all these mountain arts. Seem like very meticulously chosen. Very cool looking. Okay, I would love to draw an untapped land for next turn to be able to go Golos plus Ephemerate Golos. Then get a Flagstones and then get a Lotus Field. We'll see what we draw, though. I think we're in decent shape. My opponent's attacking me for 4 down to a healthy 14. They've got 4 cards in their hand. They light up the stage. Blood Moon, Lava Dart. Well, Blood Moon is kind of a bummer. We do have both of our planes in play, so it's not going to be too hard to beat necessarily. We have Nahiri that can exile it. Should I play Valakut tapped? I mean, Inspiring Vantage tapped is better than Valakut Awakening tapped because, like, both intertapped and I might cast Valakut Awakening this game. I don't really get the Lotus Plan deck. You only need 4 mana to cast Nahiri, right? I mean, more mana, more good, you know what I mean? Deck has a lot of like card advantage and mana sinks. You're probably overthinking it too, where like these could just like function as tap lands a lot of the time too. Like the deck doesn't need Lotus Field to function. Oh, I guess that now they can Lava Dart my Golos and then shrink it to where it's not going to be that good of a blocker. Oh, they Lightning Bolt it. So they must have a land to kill it. And then, assuming that they do Lava Dart, Flashback Lava Dart, because they're going to, because it's light of the stage, I'm getting hit for 8 down to 6. Are any red and white marches playable in the brew? The white one's playable. I think Ending is a little bit better in this deck because this deck has no other answers to a turn 1 Ragavan besides pitching an Incarnation, but that one is playable. Is it better to Solitude and Ephemerate? I actually think it's probably just best to Solitude and block. Crumbling Vestige? Is the idea behind Crumbling Vestige that we can go Golos, Vestige, Ephemerate, Golos? Because, like, I don't know. Like, Golos is kind of medium if you don't have Bloodstone in play. And then Vestige doesn't trigger if you have Bloodstone in play. But it's kind of interesting. Yeah, cool idea. See, someone else had the idea for... Also, hi, Jib, by the way. But someone else had the idea for Boros Garrison to pick up Valakut Awakenings if they were in play, which I thought that was kind of a fun idea. The opponent puts the Bosch in their hand. Just attacking with the Bone Crusher, so fearing the Solitude here. Correctly fearing it. Can't imagine that they have an instant speed burn spell if they are... oh, dude, another Solitude's great. Yeah, but I can't imagine they have an instant speed burn spell if they are, you know, this afraid. Here, I think I'll just play the Wall of Omens. Ooh. And now I get to go Nahiri, Exile Blood Moon, hold up Ephemerate. Dingo, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate you, buddy. 4 months of getting boiled. Here's the 4 more, huh? I think I'll just actually Ephemerate the Solitude now, because I know they don't have any instant speed burn. Don't let them draw into it. Consider Primeval Titan, Boros Garrison, maybe something like Slayer Strangle and Battlements. That sounds like that could never be competitive in Modern. Okay, Fury, pitch light of the stage, kill Nahiri Solitude, presumably. Spyro, discard the Obosh. 2 cards in hand. Isn't Golos just a bad Titan? It costs 5 mana. And also, like, cast Emrakul for you, which Primeval Titan doesn't do. Well, maybe Primeval Titan ramps you for Emrakul. Sometimes. They have another Fury, okay. All the incarnations of this game. But they're out of cards. I have way more resources than my opponent. I also, like, almost certainly have better top decks than they do. Although you never know when you play against these Hayashi decks, huh? Gonna hold the Flagstones for the Valakut Awakening too. Yeah, if you ask me, from my point of view, Titan is just about Golos. They do have the Spyro flashback, that's fine. Okay, I'll Awakening away the non-Awakening cards. Okay. So, I think I attack with Solitude. No, I need to leave the Solitude black to block the Den. Oh no, I can just Solitude the... I can Ephemerate the Solitude if they fire up the Den. Oh, I didn't really think they would double block. I guess double blocking is fine. Yeah, this is all fine. This is all fine. I'll just play Nahiri, hold up Ephemerate on the wall, decline to discard anything. Oh, maybe tap my mana a bit different. Oh yeah, we could Prismatic Ending a 5-drop with the Cascading Cataracts. Or the Boom Bust. Yeah, so it kind of, I guess I didn't really connect these two dots, although I did talk about the other deck. But, you know, we were playing the green-white Kieran deck last week. Last week. And... or 2 weeks ago, maybe. But we were talking about trying to play a Boros version, because I think that playing the Kieran Conduit combo in a Boros Boom Bust deck with the indestructible artifact lands is interesting. You get to play Sentinel Ragavan. You play Ranger Captain, tutor your Conduit, tutor Sentinel Ragavan, Boom Bust, buys time. So I have a few different drafts that are, none of them are completed, but I've got this one with the Urza Saga and getting like your Vial and Springleaf Drum is cool, kind of like in the Kieran deck. I've got a draft with Ephemerate and the Evoke Incarnations. I've got a draft with Thalia, Mana Tithe, more Mana Denial. And I've got one with Fervent Champion, Stoneforge Mystic, Sword of Fire Ice. And all of these lists seem like fine. I don't know if any of them are good or which ones are the best, but I'm working on it. Recruiter gets both halves. No, Recruiter doesn't get Kieran, if that's what we're talking about. Kieran's a 3/3. Does grab the Conduit, but you know, Ranger Captain being a 3/3, protecting you from counter spells too is I think way better than Recruiter. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna win game 1 here. I'm not sure how this goes sour for us at this point. Yeah, I love Cleansing Wildfire. I remember back, you know, when that card first got printed, we were playing a lot of the Jeskai Wildfire control deck. Those are some really good times. Okay, so up a game against Mono Red Hayashi variant. Gonna bring in... They are on Blood Moons. I'm gonna bring in the endings. Wildfire stays in, so I get my basics. Chalice is probably okay, but maybe just keeping in the Ephemerates is better. I feel like we can probably cut the 4th Golos and the Emrakul. And then I can Nahiri Blood Moon. I can Wildfire for basic planes. I think this is maybe just a... Don't want to over-sideboard too much. Celestial Kirin can't destroy lands. It can, yeah. Ugin's Conduit plus Celestial Kirin blows up all lands. So we were last week, or sorry, I think it was 2 weeks. I can't remember. Who cares? Who cares? I'm trying to remember what. I think I maybe call it Kirin combo. HIJK. No. Celestia. I've been trying to like standardize my deck names, but I just have too many decks to do it in an afternoon. Yeah, but we played this deck and we had like back-to-back 4/1s. It was pretty fun. Kind of nice to overlap it with the Titania combo, Elvish Reclaimer. I thought this list was pretty good, but I also want to try it with like Boros, Boom Bust, Indestructible Lands and stuff. Just on the to-do list. Got a lot of stuff on the to-do list. I would keep if like one of these two was a white source, but I'll mulligan this one. Okay, there's a red source in the Valakut Awakening. It's kind of weird, but I actually think I put back the basic planes. But I can get my basic planes off the Wildfire. Yeah. I've got the I got a couple of YouTube videos for the Kirin combo now. I think. How good has Boyle been in other decks? I've been liking like one Boyle a lot, like Rakdos. Just like I like to bring in a Boyle against I think the first copy of Boyle is good against Omnath. I don't think. Hold on. Should I Solitude this and not take 3? No, I think I should try to Solitude Ephemerate. Like these versions are also just like not that aggressive. I think I can Wildfire here too. Like they just have like so many more grindy elements. I think we'll be okay. Maybe Famous Last Words. Get this like in basic planes so that I can be more resilient to a Blood Moon if they have it. Thank you, Battle. Yeah, I think the glasses turned out pretty well. Yeah, I'd really like to Ephemerate Solitude if possible here. Take 2. think I cantrip the Blood Sun. Yeah, I want the lifelinker in play, so I think I'll go Solitude, Ephemerate. I don't know if I'm pitching Ephemerate or if I'm pitching Ending. We'll just see what happens. I do think I'm responding to this trigger though, so if they draw a bolt, they can't break this up. I'll pitch these Ending. I can't Ending the Blood Moon. Good beats if the last card's a bolt. Oh, maybe I was supposed to target the Swift Spear first. Okay, it's not a bolt. Don't get punished. Another nice thing with these glasses, I can see for the first time in years. Okay, Lava Dart light up the stage. I think I'll just get rid of the token. Probably not all that necessary. I do like having the Ephemerate up for the Solitude though, into the Seasoned Pyromancer. And then I can choose to play this as a land next turn if I want to cast the Fury, but I'll just hold it for now. I don't think I need to play it right at this point. This does enter untapped with Blood Sun / Blood Moon in play. I had those shot glass for 2 years, swapped them out for some new ones. They were sturdy frames. Good to hear that they held up. I like them. They were really like the only. These are like the only frames in the store I really like. Yeah. I picked out my basics today. Well, my opponent just put Obosh into their hand instead of casting Seasoned Pyromancer. I cannot help but imagine that that was just a mistake and they just somehow didn't see that they had a Seasoned Pyromancer there. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Does not make any kind of sense. Not today, Fury. Not today. Let me go ahead and also Awakening. I think just putting away the Ending. Golos not too powerful here. But I'll go ahead and play it. I'm going to probably hold the Sokenzan for now. Can get a Lotus Field for whenever we Nahiri the Blood Moon. I hit my opponent a couple times with a lifelinker when they like pretty early like Lightning Bolt Lava Darted me. Here's Obosh Mystery card. Plays a relatively unimpactful Magus of the Moon. Let me cycle the Wildfire first, but I'm pretty likely to just go Fury, attack, Solitude the Obosh the following turn. Unhinged, yeah, Unhinged Plains is a very good choice. Yeah, this version also seems like way more resilient to Blood Moon than the Jeskai version is. Not that Blood Moon is, you know, particularly popular or anything, but somewhat relevant. And then I think I just offer the trade of Ragavan for Solitude. Okay, they just pack it in. Good start to this league. Okay, keep this on the draw on the blind. Pretty good hand. Oh, we already did a league prediction. Oh, are they playing Boom Bust? Or sorry, Kieran combo? I don't know. Interesting deck over here. Yeah, but we already had a league outcome prediction. Oh, I was actually supposed to play the second Flagstones and Legend roll them because second Flagstone's bad with Blood Sun in play, and this would enter untapped. But I can also Valakut Awaken away the Flagstones probably. Bant Ephemerate Vial, very cool. Bant Soulherder. Yeah, I saw Evan play some Bant Soulherder recently. Prismatic Ending, my Blood Sun. Thankfully, I have another one, and I could actually now Legend roll my Flagstones. Funny enough. Do a favorite Wilderness Rec deck? The Teamer one I think is the best. At least it's the best one I've been able to come up with. Clock, thank you for the 26 months. Appreciate you. Okay, main deck Knight of Autumn, pretty good. I think I want to Fury that Knight of Autumn so that my opponent can't flicker it and kill Bloodsun / Golos. What kind of lands do I play to make them afraid of Bloodsun? Probably just the fetch lands. And then I think I am just supposed to wait one more turn on the Golos so I can have the Bloodsun in play and put a bunch of Lotus Fields down. Although maybe they have a counter spell. That'd be okay though. Third Bloodsun resolves. Yeah, I'll play my land. I'm going to play at least the 6th land so that I can Golos plus Ephemerate. Opponent with a chump block. The Riveteer's Charm, Wreck version of Snaps, a chance for a comeback. I don't know. Like, I kind of believed in it, but I had like a pretty bad record with it that like first day or two, unfortunately. A good record off stream, bad record on stream. So that's definitely one that I would just have to be spending some time off stream tuning. They tutored up a Solitude on the Elladarmer's Call. It's a lot of value to flicker my Solitude, my Fury here, but as much value as it is, I think it's actually just better to save it for the Golos. Kind of weird, right? I don't think I cast either of the Ephemerates yet. Hot Butter, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Returning to Magic means I resub so I can still decklist you. Love to hear it. Okay, so I think they're targeting Knight of Autumn, and then we just get to Ephemerate and win. Yeah, I always love to be in, you know, hardcast Emrakul territory too. But I think we're also going to be in activate Golos multiple times a turn territory. We're in good shape. Even if they have another Solitude. Man, just like 1 mana, put 2 Gilded Lotuses into play is quite the card. And they just back it in. Unfortunately, I wanted to spin. I really wanted to spin. I'll probably bring in the Boil. I'll probably bring in the Emrakul too. And cut the Prismatic Ending. This seems fine. Yeah, Golos being playable in this format is not something I would have thought this time last year, but we now have 2 Golos decks. Or like this deck and then a bunch of Coffers variants. That's true. A tapped Gilded Lotus, so it's actually pretty balanced. We were still able to spin next turn. Need to counteract our 3rd untapped field. We would have had 3 untapped fields because we were going to get another Ephemerate on the Golos. I think I play Sacred Foundry because I might need to use Valakut Awakening as a red card. I'm not sure. Maybe just better to play the tap land though. Okay, I'm just gonna play the top lane now. I drew a 15 drop. Definitely gonna be a slower matchup though. No, hopefully my opponent fetches a bunch of islands because it's time to get the basic plains. Hopefully I don't have like a weird Magus of the Moon. Turn 3 Aether Vial. Definitely need a land to resolve this Nahiri though. Taking out Prismatic for Vial, bringing Boil feels off. Well, I feel like they're going to be fetching a ton of islands. The Boil, I think, is at least good. I did forget that they were playing Vial, though. Yeah, maybe I should have 1 or 2 endings. Hopefully this Nahiri resolves. My opponent hasn't done much of anything, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they have a counterspell, though. They do not have a counterspell. Nahiri reigns supreme. Opponent's playing a Bant Soul Hoarder deck, it looks like. We can get Time Warped. They could go Time Warp, Trick Up Violet to 3, Violet, Eternal Witness. No. Getting Nahiri Skyclaved. Kind of flavorful, actually. Alright, I have 4 lands and 5 drops in hand, baby. I do have Solitude Ephemerate up, though. Did I find the sweet spot amount of Liliana, the 2, 3? I've been liking 3 right now, although Murktide's on the decline a little bit, and Affinity, Hammer Time are slightly on the uptick, so you could maybe cut the 3rd for the 2nd Kolaghan's Command. Why do you hear in the deck besides fetching Emrakul? It's mostly to fetch Emrakul, but it's also, you know, card filtering effect. Probably, yeah, that's also, yeah, it's also the win condition. You gotta win the game at some point. Let's hope my opponent activates this vial. No. Takes vial up to 4, kind of surprising. And then having a Nahiri Emrakul also makes your Golos spins. Really high upside. No, come on. Although my opponent's just kind of like refusing to do anything, which is nice. Really wanted to put more creatures into play. Okay, that's more creatures into play. They have Venser. Yeah. You have Ephemerate? Oh no, now they can bounce my stupid Crumbling Vestige or Inspiring Vantage. Set up Red Black Rex best cyber card against burn. I think it's Dragon's Claw. Abba might be the best one though. Or maybe it's like 1 Ob, 1 Claw, or 1 Ob, 1 Brutality. Our running deck's just 80% image 2 cards. No. I would say that's not the case, although it's maybe a popular Reddit opinion. Or, I don't know. That's like a fun thing to say, that's the case. It's at least not that. There's image 2, image 1 cards are very format defining. They're not 80% of the deck though. Of any deck, I think. Maybe this one. Not even this one. This is like a weird wacky brew. Yeah, not even this one. But they sure are popular and good, huh? $50-$60. I would see even then almost no deck. That much. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I'm wrong about that actually. Hold on, let me think of what a sideboard. Super different. Well, I guess it's like you count like lands, right? You probably don't count lands. If you count lands, it's definitely not the case. Let's see, Murktide. 1, 2, 3. Although this isn't playing Shredder. But they only have 1 instant or sorcery that's from MH2. 1 dress down. Say less than 50% of Murktide. I think that 4-color Omnath is probably the only deck that has more than 50%. But it's like not the case for Shadow, it's not the case for Hammer Time, it's not the case for Yawgmoth, it's not the case for Burn, it's not the case for Living End, it's not the case for Titan. Yeah, it's really like just this one deck. I mean, listen, everybody's hatred for in Modern, it all stems from this deck. I think like 90% of the angst and bitching about Modern, not saying some of it's not justified, but like 90% of it, I think, is just about complaints about the Omnath deck particularly. Image Barn Horizons. Yeah, dude, main deck Charmaw is actually kind of gas. Coiling Oracle into Aether Vial. Now that's a good turn. Wildfire them. They declined to comment. Yeah, Doomwake is a known modern hater. Oh, wait, no, all of Doomwake's complaints are actually about Hammer Time. I forgot. Pie with the 4 months. Appreciate you. Red Black Rock. I'm pretty sure it's got the most. Oh, you might be right about Red Black. You might be right about Red Black. Okay, so these are not... I mean, it just says 15. I'm missing something? It's like 22 to 15. Okay, march my wall. It's going to be okay. Do fetchlands count? No, fetchlands definitely don't count. They were already legal before the Horizon sets. They were just reprinted. Listen, it's okay to not like the Horizon sets. I get it. I just hear the exact same takes all day, every day of my life. So I just like don't usually care too much to entertain these conversations for too long because we've just had them infinite times. You know what I mean? Also, DRC. That list didn't have DRC. I haven't been playing DRC in this version. A lot of the threats. So that's a good point. Yeah, it kind of feels like there's more because like most of the threats are Modern Horizons. Although you know, for a long time, like the creatures in Modern, like the more fair threats, like you know, weren't amazing. Like they're like a lot more like linear creatures. Do you think the 1 red 0/1 goblin gives other goblins ward 1 is a fair card? Do you mean Exalted? It doesn't give ward. Hey Destructor, how's it going? I thought you might have been at Boardwalk this weekend. I was at Boardwalk this weekend for the RCQ. Counterspell's Image 2. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Counterspell's Image 2 for Murktide. It's actually pretty significant for the Image 2 haters. Big win for you guys. The Bloodstone, I think, before playing these Goloses. I'm not under any kind of serious pressure yet. I wish I nuke Omnath so decks could target Murktide to make the meta churn again. I kind of agree. I don't know. I don't have like a super oh sorry, not F6. I don't have a super strong opinion, I think, on if they should or shouldn't ban something from the Omnath deck. I think if they do want to ban something, I think it should be Omnath. I think that would be the card I'd advocate for the ban. But as far as if it's like correct or not, I just don't really know. I think like there's a lot of the angst and a lot of these conversations happening over and over right now is like because it's been a long time since set releases and people always get really bored and demand bans in this time frame. You know what I mean? This is like, you know, very common. I think I Golos this turn. Just double 5-drop next turn if it resolves. Yeah, you could make a good argument for banning basically any of the cards in the deck. I don't really care what camp you're in, but you can make a good argument for a bunch of them. Not Rin 6. Yeah, you can make a good argument for Rin 6. The thing about Omnath, though, is like Omnath is always the card that stabilizes, or almost always the card that stabilizes. It's just so common to have the Omnath player in a position where they are such on the back foot, and like even like a Fury or Solitude, Ephemerate is not going to stabilize for them. And Omnath comes down and gains them 7 life immediately, more life over the course of the next few turns, and you went from being in like an almost unlosable position because their deck is so slow to them immediately stabilizing and having a ton of card advantage. Omnath also makes Yorion so much better, right? It was like this in Standard 2, where like Yorion being this mana sink for Omnath being something to flicker with Yorion immediately, like definitely makes Yorion more of an egregious thing too. Omnath is also like a ridiculous Magic card. Omnath is like one of those cards from that era of like just like horrendous design. Should never have seen print as is. But yeah, but again, you can make a good argument for Rin, for Yorion, for Abundant Growth, for Teferi. There's a bunch of different camps, and it's fine. Fine to have your preference. You mean the modern era of design? I do not mean the modern era of design. This is also a pretty common sentiment when I have this conversation. People really, I think, it's very easy to forget this. It's important to talk about. But there was a period of like 2019 through 2020 Divine that was bad, and things have been good for a while now. But it started with War of the Spark. Ravnica Allegiance Behind was fine, but kind of boring. War of the Spark, Core Set 20, Throne of Eldraine, Modern Horizons 1, Theros Beyond Death, Ikora Lair of Behemoths, maybe Core 21, maybe Zendikar Rising, but like this, it started to become like less problem. Kaldheim, Zendikar, Core 21, but specifically like War of the Sparks to Ikora, these are the sets that are nightmare fuel. Oh, Core 21 was Omnath, right? Yeah, it's like these are the nightmare fuel. This is like where all the angst and all the fire design memes and all the complaining really started to get into full swing, and like rightfully so. Like these cards are like every single one of these sets has like multiple cards that I'm still shocked ever saw the light of day. That like had no room ever being printed, no like reasonable reason to ever be printed. The Zendikar Rising was on Omnath. Okay. But then after like Zendikar Rising, you could make an argument Kaldheim was in this camp too, because like Tybalt's Trickery, Cascade Valky, was pretty obnoxious, but those were maybe easy to miss, and you had like a banning, you had one banning, and you had a rules change, so you could probably put those in the same camp. But at the very least, was with Kaldheim, I like understand how and why those cards got printed, if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna wait one turn on this Fury. But after Kaldheim, you have Strixhaven, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, Innistrad Midnight Hunt, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, Streets of New Capenna, and Modern Horizons 2. Not a single one of these cards has had a card banned. Not a single one of these sets has had a card banned in Modern. You may not like all the design being perfect, but having like that many sets in a row with no bans and like not too many like very polarizing cards. I mean that's probably not the case for Modern Horizons 2. Not a good argument at least, but I liked Modern Horizons 2 a lot. I know not everybody liked it. If you didn't like it, it's fine. I don't want to hear about it forever, though. But again, this is what I talk about with when people always go modern set design. It's not the case. Things have been good for like over a year now, but they were really bad for like 2 years straight. Iteration is probably going to see the accent some years from now. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe. I think Iteration is like pretty appropriate power level for Modern. It is really good. I don't know that it needs to be banned though. I don't feel like Iteration is like a degree. You again, there's cards you can dislike. There's cards you can dislike. You can say you don't like these cards, that they shouldn't have been printed. It's fine. You can have your opinions, but it's also like definitely the case. I would rather have some polarizing, exciting cards and have these conversations than have Magic be than have every set be Ikora, Lair of Behemoths, or no, sorry, not Ikora. What's the one I always make fun of? Ixalan. Have every set be Ixalan and every card is really boring and nothing ever gets printed into Modern. You know, I like it when things change a lot, and I know a lot of people don't, and that's fine. I don't have to hear about it every day. Probably the artifacts that have come out, the new design philosophy and colored artifacts won't be that bad. I mean, we've had like plenty of artifact focused sets without like any huge issues recently, right? We've had Kaladesh, we've had Aether Revolt, we've had I feel like I'm missing like one big one recently. I don't care about changing concerns the price of paper magics in my region and possibly get 2 players. Yeah, I think that is a totally like fair and valid like complaint too. It's always been the case that's been the issue. You know what I mean? That's another one of those complaints. Like Modern is in paper at least prohibitively expensive. It is actually, like, Modern and Pioneer on Magic Online through rental services are quietly, like, the most accessible Magic. We're probably playing against Inverter, which is really weird. But, wait, no, it's Mono Blue Tron. Okay. But, like, the rental services Magic Online, I think, is actually the most accessible format in existence. But, like, these are also, like, the complaint points, too, where it's, like, these conversations, like, don't go anywhere, usually. And we've had them a million times on the channel, you know? Magic Modern is too expensive. Card prices are too high. They've always been like this. And they just, like, for me, are not conversations, like, I'm that interested in having, because I just had them 1,000 times before, you know what I mean? The Twitch chat box here is not, it's not a complaint forum for you guys to air your grievances. That's my YouTube comment section. My YouTube comment section is where you can air your grievances. Jamming Nahiri into all this open mana is a little dicey, but I also feel like I can't let them just, like, continue to cast card draw spells. That's a trick. I know YouTube comments. I usually probably read, like, one video's worth of YouTube comments a week. Oh, very recently there was a the Boros Luminancer one. Every single comment in that comment section is about how it's cool to see Spike playing a new net deck that's not a brew, and is excited for this era where Spike only plays net decks. I really, really liked that comment section. That was that was, like, the best YouTube comment section I've ever seen. But I usually read, like, one YouTube video's worth of comments a week. So it's all the YouTube commenters there. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, a lot of Tron lately. Still no Tron for them this turn. Alright, gonna jam the Blood Sun, and then if it gets countered, I probably just play Lotus Field, sack the Flagstones. No, I don't edit my YouTube videos. I have an editor for it. I'm very hands off with YouTube. He does all the thumbnails, all the titles, all the editing. Okay, Blood Sun Resolve. Turn off the Hall of the Storm Giants activation, I guess. If they cast, like, a Thirst for Knowledge here or something, you know, then that's or something. I'll just go ahead and I think Awakening away every non-Golos card. Could maybe keep it one Solitude, but I think the average draw is better than a Solitude here. Okay, another Lotus Field and another Valakut Awakening. Yeah, my win record versus Mono Blue Tron Lifetime is probably worse than my win record against any other deck. Okay, wrong Tron lane for them. They play Relic. Attack for 2, down to 14. Yeah. Gloom is like really carrying the carrying the channel, and you know, a lot of channels in the streamer / YouTube community. All right, Golos twice on the same turn. Normal game of Modern here. They have Dismember though. That's okay. We've got another Lotus Field in play. We're gonna have 14 mana for next turn, so not quite hardcast Emrakul territory, but maybe we can, like, Valakut Awakening into Emrakul, cast it the following turn. Still missing their Urza's Power Plant. Lucky us. Another Golos. I'll just lead on that. I don't know what that means, Sky, but shout out to her. A lot of my friends play WoW. I've never really gotten into it. Okay, the castle here is just 2 mana to channel, so I can maybe use that to kill the shark. They have another shark here. Why do you not play Cataracts and spin? I don't have a Cataracts in my hand. The Cataracts enters play off the Golos, so as far as I can see, that's not like a legal line. If you're asking why I didn't tutor Cataracts off Golos, it's because I can just activate Golos with the Lotus Fields. So I guess, did I have Cataracts in my hand? And I Valakut awakened him away. Okay, maybe that was the better line then. Sorry, I guess I should have done that then. Double Spatial Contortion. Golos only did get it Ephemerate. It is pretty nasty though. Opponent's attacking me and not the Nahiri. I have Ballista. Come on, Emrakul. Green, red, black. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do blue. Shouldn't have done red. Solitude, Womans, Flagstones. Cast the wall first. Spin again. Any Emrakuls? No Emrakuls. I think I don't attack with Golos because of Shark Typhoon. Maybe I should have not cast a Solitude also because of Shark Typhoon. I can Ephemerate a Solitude. Repeal Golos. I guess I'll Ephemerate to deny the card. Try to keep them off Tron. So then they remand their repeal. Okay. Not too many lands left in the deck. But they're going to get Tron. So maybe they have like Mindslaver. Any consideration to not casting Soft Rex because of Typhoon? Yeah, that might have been better. Cyclonic Rift. I mean, we're beating Cyclonic Rift like super easily, I think. Their hand is currently Repeal, Power Plant, 2 mystery cards. Yeah, this doesn't do much. I mean, okay, it does a lot. Not doing much is not true, but it's not as bad as Mindslaver. I still get to activate the Golos twice. I get to Fury. I guess I will actually just not Ephemerate though, so I can attack the Ugin. Ooh, Wildfire is also really nice to get them off of Tron. And we only have 24 cards in the library, and one of them is Emrakul the Aeons Torn. No Emrakul yet. I don't think we have enough mana to hardcast. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we're 1 mana short, so I guess we spin again first before we do anything else. Still no Emrakul. So unlucky. It is nice to have like a degree of inevitability in spots like this, at least. Well, Blood Sun shuts off Hall. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, one of them win conditions, right? I think I just hit a tower. They can play a second Blood Sun, so maybe they can't like repeal Blood Sun, attack with Hall. I guess, I don't know. I don't need to be too worried about anything. Well, I could have played around that by playing my Flagstones, I guess, or one of my lands. Like hitting the Hall. Yeah, maybe. I feel like if they do find Tron, though, cutting the second tower off may be relevant. I'm not sure. So, Karn does turn off Golos. The modern metagame. They have a map to get? There's not a map in Exile in this game. We can Fury though. We can kill the card. I'm going to try to play any of the Super Qualifier events. I played in one on Sunday. Didn't go that well, but I did play in it. The Super Qualifier events are also like, you know, it's like on Super Qualifiers you play against like 400 crushers, like 400 of the best modern players in the world. But you also have the option to go to like a local tournament and play against people who play like, you know, once or twice a month, and the tournaments are like 40, 50, 60 players. Although only one person gets invited at those compared to 4 people at like the bigger ones. But if I have the option to play in a paper one of these qualifiers or the magical, and also like when I play online, you know, I can get ghosted. So for the most part, if I have the option to play in paper or online for one of these tournaments, I'll be choosing the paper option for the foreseeable future. Yeah, because I mean, I feel like for these bigger tournaments, like I definitely get ghosted, like, you know, 1 or 2 times a tournament probably. And sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them, but it's frustrating to lose, like, especially for these tournaments you really want to qualify for, to someone ghosting. Where's my Emrakul? I have 5 cards left in my library. It's not fair. Don't stream them without a delay. Yeah, I mean, people always have the errors. Emrakul. People always have these kind of takes. They're like, the reality is, like, streaming without a delay is like no fun for me, and it's also like bad for the stream. Like, streams without delay get very little engagement. Like, people don't watch them. I'm currently of the opinion that I just, you know, take the L with grace and a lot of complaining and humility. It's my current strategy. Yeah, so yeah, with the delay, streaming with the delay is no fun for me. It's a lot less fun to watch. The viewers on them are like really low usually. I have no fun sitting alone in my room, not talking to anybody, but knowing I've got a camera on me the whole time. It just sucks. I have to think it goes. I don't know. I'm sure there's like a high amount of variance with it, where sometimes it happens a lot, sometimes it happens not at all. But I would guess in like your average like 7 or 8 round tournament, I bet it happens like at least once a tournament. If I had to guess, on average. Sometimes it happens another time, sometimes it happens more. So you just take the L and you complain about it the whole time. Oh, I probably should have channeled Sokenzan. Use a hand cover. Yeah, hand covers are also like not that interesting to watch. You know, like at the end of the day, like I have to accept that my job, what I do here is stream engaging and entertaining gameplay. I have to be an entertainer first. I have to be at least, entertaining in the sense I'm showing off some engaging and interesting gameplay. Like that has to be the priority for me to continue to do this. And it's going to lead to some feel bad moments for sure. But it is also what it is, So like I said, nightmare to play on paper. Why is that? My opponent has lost connected. Hopefully they come back. And this is also the worst. Like if you're streaming on delay and your opponents aren't doing anything, you have to sit there with the camera on you the whole time. Drop this off, saying thanks to the Black Reckless. Took 5-0, top of RCQ. Awesome. Definitely like you wrecked this a lot. Showing half the hand. Yeah, that might be the strategy. Makes you feel better if I play Magic online playing against you, I'd totally ghost you. It doesn't make me feel better, but I know that that's the case. Abbott, through 7 months, appreciate you. Yeah, I'll just show the top of the cards. Just show the top of the cards. Okay, opponent is back. And unless they can figure out a way to mill me, we should be in pretty good shape here. Although, oh no, hold on. Another Karn for another Ensnaring Bridge might actually do the job. Fuck. Okay, I think I have to Solitude my own Golos. I have to Solitude my own Golos because they can activate it and kill me. Yeah. I mean, oh no. I could never beat Mono Blue Tron, dude. I just never beat them. Activate Golos plus Nahiri, kill me exactly. Just couldn't find the Emrakul, it's too deep in the deck. Beautiful. Oh, they're just going to the next turn. What a fancy way to win. Should have discarded Emrakul Nahiri last turn. I mean, I didn't see the line of losing to Emrakul that promised in there. If you saw the line, you're better than me, and you guys can download Twitch yourselves. I didn't think we were going to lose to Emrakul there. Yeah, I always run so bad against Mono Blue Tron. I want some Furies for Karn. Maybe 3 Solitude, 2 Fury, 3 Ephemerate. Seems like a fine number. I don't think I want any endings. Dude, I always lose to Mono Blue Tron. I have the worst record against it ever. It's not that good. Might be a keep, though. Yeah, we just like, yeah, not finding our Emrakul that late was pretty unlucky, too. It's okay. Maybe I should just cast the Valakut Awakening, digging for it instead of activating Golos. But it's mulled to 5. We got Condescend with 20 mana in play. Could I discard the Emrakul? No, I couldn't have discarded earlier. That was the first time I had it. Oh god. I think I plus Nahiri before. I think I plus Nahiri before I drew the Emrakul. I can't remember. Or maybe I drew the Emrakul off the Nahiri plus. Oh, all 3 Ephemerates in hand. We sided one out. I'll play the Lotus Field. Don't love having to do it here, though. Need to find like a Valakut Awakening. My hand's kind of not gone that well. I could draw Charmaw, too. Oh, okay. Wall is really good here. Yeah, I drew it off the Nahiri. Love that that resolved. Thirsty, thirsty. Discards Walking Ballista. But compared to evacuate, draw Emrakul, spin Golos, miss. Yeah, I think that was the better line. So if I get Tron next turn, unless I can draw a Charmaw or a Wildfire. I did not. So I think I just Nahiri, discard Emrakul. So I need to Ephemerate this. Okay, so I'm going to Solitude, flicker this, and then I think just not cast this Ephemerate because I don't want to give them more options or the ability not to choose to not rebound it. And I don't want to give them the Solitude and play to exile my own stuff. So I'm not sure what they're supposed to do here. It's maybe like Blood Sun, Tear, or Blood Sun minus Nahiri, target Blood Sun, hold priority Tear. Solitude can exile your own stuff. It can't exile itself, but it could exile my Wall of Omens. So if I Ephemerate the Solitude, they can rebound the Ephemerate, exile the wall. Blood Sun does not stop Tron. Blood Sun only stops mana abilities, and the Tron stops not mana abilities. They're Golosing? They're just gonna Golos fail to find? This is really good. I just have Ephemerate in the hand. Or I guess they could discard Ephemerate. Oh no, they're gonna get Lotus Field! They're gonna get Lotus Field and sack both Lotus Fields. What a play. What a play. Love it. Good play. I didn't see it. That's awesome. That being said, I've got a Nahiri ultimate coming down soon. I have Ephemerate Golos. I get them off of Tron. Things are not so bad here, actually. Keep up the Ephemerate. That was awesome. My opponent plays their land before... That's weird. Why would they play their land first? 11 turn clock. Well, I can ultimate the Nahiri. Okay, Otawara, Nahiri. Fair enough. So now do I Ephemerate my Golos? I think I do. I just get Flagstones, and then... If I get Lotus Field off the Golos, I get to ramp. I don't get to cast very much. I'll just draw the card here. And then... Too bad Nahiri can't get rid of the map. Could maybe have held Ephemerate, just gone like... Yeah, maybe it was good to hold the Ephemerate, then play Bloodsun this turn to get Lotus Field, Lotus Field. That was probably better. They get Tron again. They have 8 mana, 4 cards in their hand. Second Emrakul. Second Emrakul. Hard to play around. Hard to play around. Bloodsun does not work against channel lands, no. So what are they gonna do? I feel like they should probably just pass. They could also Awakening, but Awakening runs the risk of like drawing me into good things. They can't minus Nahiri without a target either. Cast the Wall. This could end up backfiring a little bit. Valakut putting nothing on bottom. That maybe is a good line to stop me from like awakening away my like relatively mediocre hand looking for a Solitude. Oh, they can minus on the Bloodsun though. Okay, that's a good line. That's a good draw though. That's a good draw too. So you go Bloodsun, Lotus Field, Solitude. Oh no. Is it correct to Valakut Awakening, seeing 3 cards, looking for a white card to try to get them off Tron? If I miss on the white card, I almost lose the game. I guess I have 4 looks. I have 4 looks because I could draw a white card off the Wildfire. Yeah, this is probably fine, actually. No, this is at 5 looks with the Wildfire first. Yeah, this with 5 looks, it should be fine. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Emrakul a 3rd time? Opponent, what's in your exiled zone? 2 Emrakul the Promised Ends? You cast 2 Emrakul the Promised Ends and we're still battling? Wormcoil. Okay, Wormcoil does nothing here, I think. So let me find my one of Boil. Okay, so now I'll play this as a land, so I can go Golos. Oh no, I had enough mana to Golos Ephemerate. Okay, that was really bad to play it as land. I also only have 1 more Lotus Field in the deck. But I want to Ephemerate so I can find my Cascading Cataracts and spin. Don't think I'm going to play around Dismember. Although, I guess I want to play around a counterspell in the Ephemerate, so I'll just like jump. The Emrakul, then here ultimate should also be, you know, likely good. The QEDH, this is just the normal modern metagame. Golos versus Wormcoil and Jin, and two copies of Emrakul the Promised End. Spike play Modern. Yeah, that's true. I'm very clearly not playing Modern because I'm playing Golos. Banned and EDH Golos. They did have the Dismember. The 46 live. But they condescend X equals 1. I'm gonna pay 1. Why are they? What is this? What? I'm gonna pay 1. No, they have Dismember. Their life total went down. They have Dismember in their hand. So they must have Otawara. Okay, well, they're just conceding. That was weird. That was really weird. Let me check if my PayPal decreased. Dude, we just beat 2 Emrakul the Promised Ends too. That's pretty exciting. A very totally normal game, but a fun game. I'm just gonna resubmit. Yeah, opponent did play the game really well. Just messed up a little. I think they just clicked OK on accident. Opponent's on a mull to 6. I think I'm gonna mulligan this hand too. Yeah, I got a boil. How bad can the hand be? Not the best top deck. But said, what's your record? That is the most like mono blue Tron play. I feel like it is very in character of mono blue Tron players to be interested in like splits. I don't know why. Not that it's like a good or bad thing. I just feel like you're more likely to be asked for a split by a mono blue Tron player for some reason. Just like a weird stereotype. Got 2 Emrakuls in my hand. Oh, Blood's unresolved though. And I drew Lotus Field. The swings this match are unbearable. The unbearable level of swings this match. Ugh. Yeah, Bloodstone does turn off Flagstone's ability, but you have to play the Flagstones for more ramp. I found. It's not that big of a tension anyways. No Boil targets. Boil looking bad. Boil looking a little bit better. We better keep Wall in hand because it got Mind Slave. I think you just have to cycle it. I don't think you're supposed to, like, playing around Emrakul this early, I think is not correct. Okay, so I get to resolve a Golos. Get another Lotus Field. Six, 8, 10 mana. So I'm a little short of is 13 mana Emrakul. Chalice on 2. Interesting. Taking 5. I don't have any Emrakuls in my deck to spin into if I spin here. It's kind of weird, right? I think I'm gonna put back Boil and just Boil though. Can't Emrakul? No, I counted that I was short. No, I was short, right? I had 1 type in the yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I was short, chat. Come on. I said I was short first. Getting short-tempered, huh? I can do it next turn. Bloodstone subs Cataracts. It doesn't know, but I thought that it was with no Emrakuls in the deck, and like Chalices on 2 to stop my wildfires. I didn't think it made a ton of sense to cast to Cataracts. Yeah, I could have made this turn. Could have other Emrakul. I think if I drew Lotus Field. Yeah, no, I was 1 short. No, I had enough. Exactly enough. My turn, opponent! My turn! To Emrakul the Promised End. This is the 4th Emrakul the Promised End cast this match. Pretty good. My opponent had 1 game 1. My turn. Okay, Condescend, Scry 2. Stifle, but yeah. Yeah, summary dismissal incoming. Don't worry, opponent. I got another Emrakul coming for you, too. Oh, boy. So I can't activate any of the lands. I guess I just have to Ballista them. Don't think I'm going to play a land for them. Ballista for 0. It's just better to Ballista for 3 and ping them 3 times. Can bounce Hullbreaker? Yeah, bounce it right back to their hand. Play it, bounce it back to their hand. Or I could just not cast it. But I mean, the Hullbreaker Horror doesn't really do anything. I have Solitude, I have Golos Spin. They can't trigger it because like nobody can ever trigger that card in any format, let alone Modern. It's a little harsh. You could trigger it in other formats. My opponent says, "Oh, hey, Aspiring Spike." Oh, hey. Weird timing for this conversation, though. Game's not over yet. I can't fuse the Wear Tears and then the... Oh, whoops. It's actually really bad. Oh, no. Oh, no, now I can't kill the... Oh, no, now I can't kill the Hullbreaker Horror. Fuck. I didn't see I had a Flagstones in play. I even did a brief scan. I saw no Flagstones. My opponent's nice. I want to let them win. So I don't have enough mana for Emrakul still. I would have if I played the Sacred Foundry. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, this is you get some pretty good value if you just say anything in chat. Even something as innocuous as "Hi, nice to meet you." That's enough to totally stunlock me. So we get to Emrakul next turn. I'm gonna think Solitude in their upkeep, so they can't bounce the Solitude. Well, I guess they would have maybe cast something. They cast Counterspell to Nahiri. Yeah, you gotta farm those viewers, chat. You gotta farm them in the MTGO queues. Floating 5 mana. Floating 5 mana in their upkeep. This is just a concession. Boy, do I like to cast Emrakul. Okay, we're 4-0. We somehow beat my worst matchup, Mono Blue Tron. Always the worst matchup. Yeah, this is like our 3rd or 4th hardcast Emrakul today. We currently have a prediction live. We may have some very, very rich believers in our hand. Only 5% of the viewers have predicted for 5-0. Only 10,000 points in the pool. Or 16,000 total. 10,000 for Squirmet, so that's a 20% return if we win. Still got a lot of irons in the fire for now. Okay, let's keep this. I'll put back Solitude, more red cards to pitch than white cards. Fury is also like usually better on like turn like 1 or 2 than Solitude. Although on a mulligan against a Ragavan, like you're usually not that happy to Fury anyways, but I think I will here. I think I'll pitch the Blood Sun because I can go turn 2 Wildfire my own Cataracts and then turn 3 Nahiri. Do you have the deck list? Yeah, if you type !deck in chat, the deck list will pop up. GG's to you. Well, I'm kind of regretting putting back the Blood Sun, but I think it was still the right play with the info we had. Stream Decker down. Yeah, it's going to be down sometimes. So it looks like they're holding up Counterspell here. Definitely not ideal for me. Not much to do about it this this turn besides running face first into it. I have to play the Sacred Foundry first. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. And hope we outdraw our opponent. Opponent's got 3 cards in their hand. Noodles, 17 months. Thank you, thank you. Dude, they keep hitting Nahiri off Ragavan. They're gonna cast it? It's probably pretty good for them. This match seems hard. I think it gets a lot better post-board, where we get to board into Chalice. Chalice, rest in peace, but yeah, game 1's kind of tough. No, stop playing the Triumph for ending. Yeah, I don't think it matters though. You have Cascading Cataracts / Lotus Field for ending, so I don't think you really need it. Yeah, too much tempo to get the Nahiri. Second Shredder. Bolts me. Heaven, think of 2 months. Connives away 2 lands. Attack for 3 down to 8. So Fury's our best draw, I think. Yeah, Fury's the best draw. Solitude is not quite as crazy. I could go pitch Solitude, Ephemerate, but I think what I'm actually going to do is go main phase Solitude, try to, I hope it resolves, they have 1 card still. Try to exile Ragavan. And then next turn, I can play Nahiri and Ephemerate. And with them discarding 2 lands, you have to assume they're light on resources, but Iteration, definitely very good for my opponent. Exiling Bauble, Connive, 3 cards in the hand now, conniving away a Ledger Shredder and a Consider. So if their hand was awkward before, it seems like it's been unclunked. Dead to 2 Lightning Bolts. Lotus Field has been less popular in Pioneer. Could you be able to deck someone to this in Pioneer? I've worked on it a little bit. I've got a Jeskai version with Teferi and Discontinuity that I think is okay, and I haven't playtested as much as I would like to have playtested it. Although because I kept the Cataracts, I can't Ephemerate on my opponent's turn. Okay, get your Connives. Show me something to kill me. The 2 red removal spell. Or effectively dead the red removal spell. Okay, going to game 3. Okay, game 2, sorry. So usually this matchup in Grixis Shadow, my plan is to cut the Ephemerates for Chalices. And then I also want to bring in 2 ending. I think I brought in 2 Rest in Peace earlier. Cutting the Emrakul, 2 Golos. 4th Nahiri. I think I cut the 4th Nahiri earlier. I wasn't sure if that was correct though. Oh no, I wanted to cut the Furies. That's right. Sorry, I don't like Fury too much against them. You can maybe play 1, especially with like no Ephemerates. That's right. That's right. And I played the 4 Golos last time, and then I'm kind of waffling between 3rd copy of Rest in Peace, which Rest in Peace is a lot worse against them now they have Shredder. It's still like worth, I think, the first 2 copies. You can play the first Boil. Boil has its moments, but it's kind of like very high variance against them. Or the first Fury. Yeah, I think the walls are good to leave in. I don't think I'd cut the walls. I think I'll bring in the first Fury. It's another Nahiri target too. Consideration to them playing around them digging for red removal there by first Ephemerating. It doesn't really matter. Like the Nahiri is also answering a Shredder. Like both cards in my hand just kill a Shredder. Ephemerate first. That's true. That's true. If we Ephemerate first, then the then they can't draw a removal spell for the Shredder off the Connive. Yeah, you're right. We should have Ephemerated first. Not that it mattered there, I think, as much. I think we'd probably lose anyways. But that makes sense. What's your win con without Emrakul? Nahiri, Solitude, Golos. I think is enough like value to beat down. Play the rest in peace here. I could be wrong, but I think it'd be I think it'll be okay. What if they counter Ephemerate though? They would counter the Ephemerate, but then like them drawing into a removal spell off the Connive is not going to allow them to answer the Nahiri, is the idea behind Ephemerating first, and then we would be in slightly better shape. Okay, kind of good they countered the rest in peace actually. I think I'm just going to hold up the Solitude here. They're somewhat likely to like Archmage's Charm into turn. I can respond to Solitude then. Although maybe the Solitude is like a little telegraphed. I'll try to cast it now. I'll try to just not get counterspelled. Although maybe that's easier said than done, huh? Yeah, this may be bad. We really need the Solitude to resolve. We're on the mulligan. It's just like so bad into counterspell there. Is Shredder the best 2-mana creature in Modern? Probably. Maybe Pure Steel Paladin. Did we see a DZ game 1? These nuts? Is that the joke? Star with the 4 months. Appreciate ya. 1 Cavern. Cavern's kind of interesting. You have to play it before your Blood Sun to have it tap for mana. Could be a sideboard card. Can't even cast that. Maybe cut them off red mana though. Maybe better play Vantage actually. Yeah, probably better play Vantage there. Either way, does not look very good for us. 9, 13. We have no outs. Oh no, Ephemerate's an out if they have literally nothing. Hard to beat the Lightning Bolt on the stack. Still a pretty good league. Got a 4-1 there. Really wish we had the trophy. Our records today were 3-2, 3-2, 0-2 drop, 4-1. Nothing, again, super duper stellar, but like pretty reasonable, pretty fun. Deck I'm working on. We no longer say the B word on this channel.